So first of all, let's talk about where the conclusion of the evidence is. Where's the conclusion? It's at the end, right? It says this indicates that. That's the conclusion indicator. So the conclusion is the last sentence. And in the evidence, we basically are comparing what? Crops and birth weight. Mm-hmm. So as crops go up or are more successful, then birth weights go up. And then it says, okay, so that indicates that the health of a newborn depends to a large extent on the amount of food available to the mother. Okay, what's the problem with this conclusion?
Is that like this was from? I think this was from 1800s, and it's saying now.
Okay. I had never thought about that. But if it was true for babies then, could it be true now?
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know that we've necessarily changed that much. There's a more blatant problem here. What?
Birth weight in crops and the mom's access to food and birth weight are two different.
So the success of the crops and the mom's access to food are not necessarily the same thing, right? You could have successful crops and not have mothers who have access to food. And then you have birth weight, right? And they're associating birth weight with what? Health. Maybe these babies are very obese. And this is not healthy. I have no idea. But the point is these are different ideas, right? There's one other problem with this argument. Does anyone notice it? Classic problem on the LSAT. Very common. What kind of evidence do they give us? Correlation. These two things happen together. Crops become more successful, birth weights go up. Does that mean that the crops made the birth weights go up? We don't know. It's certainly possible, but we don't know. All we know is that one went up and the other one went up. So there's a correlation. But the conclusion is causal, right? What word makes it causal? Does anyone know? Depends. Oh, the health of the newborn depends on the extent, or to a large extent, on the amount of food available to the mother. So we have two problems here. We have correlation to causation, and then we have two ideas going to two different ideas. Related, but different. Okay? So the argument proceeds by messing a lot of things up. That's what they should have said. But instead, what were we debating?
A and B.
A and B. So let's talk about A. Inferring is just another word for what? Drawing a conclusion. So concluding from a claimed correlation, is that correct so far? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's drawing a conclusion from a claimed correlation between two phenomena, crops and birth weights, that two other phenomena, baby's health, food available to the mother, are causally connected to one another. That's it. All right, B. Inferring or concluding from the claim that two phenomena have fluctuated together. Is that correct? So far? Yeah, it is. Inferring from the claim that two phenomena have fluctuated together, the crops and the birth weights, that one of those phenomena must be the sole cause of the other. No, we went to two new phenomena. So this is wrong. Any other answers that were attempted here? Yeah. C, Brian?
Yeah, I chose C just because it was referring to historical records and then comparing them to.
All right. So concluding or inferring from records concerning a past correlation. So far, so good? What do you think? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Between two phenomena, that correlation still exists. Now, that would be going back to the same two phenomena and then concluding that there's a correlation, whereas this conclusion went further and actually tried to establish a causal relationship.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
So C sort of misses out on both problems because it acts as if the conclusion was about the same two phenomena and it acts as if the conclusion was about a correlation, whereas the conclusion was really about a causation. Any other answers that were attempted here? Okay.